Scorpios. This is the Justice Empath, and I'm here to give you your reading. I know it's been a while since I've read the cards for YouTube, and you guys have never really seen my face. So here I am. Rock me like a hurricane. Scorpios, okay, what's right in the middle of your energy, Scorpios? There's this sense of contentment or joy, all right? Crowning your energy is the King of Swords. So I feel like you're okay with the way that things are today, the way of the world today, or I feel like you kind of began to rub shoulders with some elite people, some movers and shakers of the world. Maybe you went out to like a party or a function or even a bar. You know, this could be a bar where lawyers hang out, politicians hang out, or just people in positions of civic duty. You got this idea here in the past, just to make peace with the way things are today and kind of rub shoulders with the movers and shakers of the world. I feel like you feel like if you were a part of some type of resistance, or maybe you were just resisting the way that things were today, I feel like in the recent past, you just decided that this is what's best for you with the Eight of Cups. I did clarify your core card of the Nine of Cups to figure out why. Like, if Scorpio was a part of, some type of resistance, why has Scorpio kind of, changed sides, or if Scorpio was just resisting the way that things were today, maybe you were in the past a little bit discriminatory against the government and people in positions of power, but maybe you went and actually hung out with somebody and was like, hey, they're just regular people just like us. Eight of Cups, okay? Eight of Pentacles in reverse. If it's not a situation where you're rubbing shoulders with the movers and shakers of the world, because with the Eight of Cups, you just feel like things could be too difficult, too hard. If you can't beat them, join them kind of energy. All right, with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like here, you could be feeling like with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Eight of Cups, I feel like you could be feeling like you were being undermined some kind of way as it pertains to like your job or what you do for work. You know what I mean? Eight of Cups also, because the cups speak of emotions, water, also with the Eight of Cups, that is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The water is very relative to the moon. So, how you feel in your subconscious mind. You know what I mean? I feel like how you feel in your subconscious mind is that there's some like leader or ruler, over the world, over the earth today, and, I feel like maybe you could have been resisting it here with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Maybe you could have just been resisting the idea of like, a higher power or, some type of being or system at the top. Maybe you were the type of person that didn't believe in anything, or you were a free thinker, and I feel like you kind of pivoted into this position where you're like, okay, I'm just going to make peace with the way that things are today. If you're not that kind of person, I feel like the tarot is telling you to make peace with the way that things are today. There is a type of higher power or authority crowning you that does govern you, whether it be zodiologically, whether it be politically, but you did pull the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, okay? And the King of Swords traditionally in the zodiac represents communication, learning skills, siblings, short trips, okay? Maybe you could be the type of person that you're going to find out, or you have found out some information about like where you come from, where you sit in the hierarchy of today, and maybe how you were resisting your true calling and purpose and your true abilities here. Okay, but with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like you weren't really operating within the system, so to speak, with the King of Swords, or the way that things are work today. And I feel like the tarot is telling you here not to resist that. Okay, with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, maybe you were resisting that, and that's the reason why things could have not been working out for you in the past. But in the distant past, you got the Eight of Wands, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Eight of Pentacles in reverse for this deck. I am using the Divine Tarot, so let's go ahead and take a look at what the Eight of Pentacles in reverse represents. A reversed Eight of Pentacles indicates someone so focused on improvement and perfection that the goals become unrealistic and unattainable. See? Quit worrying about the minuscule details that don't matter and get back to looking towards the bigger picture. False vanity and impractical expectations will lead to failure in realizing your ambitions, as well as preventing you from adapting and growing where you need to. Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. Maybe there was some way, shape, or form where you just weren't willing to adapt or conform to the way that things were today, or the way that things happen today, the way that things go. And I feel like here with the Eight of Cups, I feel like you are choosing to recognize and realize that there is a higher system, a higher power at play, and maybe this is why things have not worked out for you, okay? To clarify, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is Earth sign energy, possessions, all right? So it feels like your possessions, your dreams, with the Hermit here, your introspection, I feel like maybe, you realize that there's a window of opportunity here, and I feel like this rigid mindset has affected the things that you are able to obtain and have. The joy, the peace that's found here in today. Maybe you were defecting or diverging from that with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and Eight of Cups. But the Tarot is saying that, you did go within yourself and kind of realize that, like, hey, I can still have this piece of joy and joy. I can still be an individual and be accepted here today. And if you haven't found that newfound clarity, I feel like that's what's coming in. So let's pull your last card for potential outcome. What is the potential outcome for Scorpio now that they have this newfound knowledge? Now that they've come to this realization that they do belong here today. Ooh, nice. Nice. Four of Pentacles. Control. But it's good because if you come from the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, right? And then you're moving into a point of Four of Pentacles is stability. It's control. It's conservation. It's realizing that you can still be who you are and be accepted into the world today and have control over your life. Have control over your mindset, have control over your finances, your possessions, your stability, right? And still be this person who likes to go within and have introspection and possibly do divination or, dream here with the Seven of Cups. You know what I mean? If you like to do divination or if you're a spiritual person, maybe you're a seer here with the Seven of Cups, Okay? Maybe some of you all could also with the Knight of Pentacles want to invest, you could want to invest or build like a spiritual based business, and the Tarot is telling you, that there is a place for you here in this world. What's coming for you is control, learning how to control all of these visions that you have for yourself in your life, and learning how to control that aspect, that spiritual aspect of yourself, and feeling so out of place and realizing that, there is a place for you here today with the King of Swords. You do have a place here today. You just have to control. You just have to be in control, maintain stability, and that is coming for you. If you guys were having problems with your finances, I see here with the Knight of Pentacles and to the Four, that I feel like that's not going to become a problem, but there's this aspect here of you with the Hermit where you could seek solitude, where you could be the person that likes introspection. You could be the lone wolf. You could be the Hermit, always going within, forever seeking wisdom, trying to find a way to metamorphosize yourself. You know what I mean? And I feel like the more in the past, the more that you have tried to metamorphosize, just going through these natural metamorphizations, I hope I'm saying that right, it kind of made you feel out of place. But the Tarot is letting you know, there is Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, the Hermit. There's a place here today for you. People like you. People who have visions. People who are diviners. You know what I mean? So you're going to be given an opportunity, okay? A window of opportunity here to show here your interests, All right? To begin on this journey of, just staking your claim in the world here today, but also being unique here. Being forever the student here with the Hermit. And the Tarot is telling you that what's going to come in for you is control, okay? What's going to come in here for you is control. It's your control over yourself in a world that is being ran and controlled by something or someone else. So I like that. I like that because some, it's if you're one of those Rage Against the Machiners, the machine does have its perks, and I feel like that's what the tarot is telling you. It's all about how well you can control yourself, your thoughts, your visions, your mind, and input your interests, and then basically invoke your will over the day. Let me grab it. All right, so the 2 runes I pulled for you is wise. All right, and look, the Hermit. The Hermit has a tree, a branch. The Ace of Wands has a branch. All right. Maybe this was all divinely inspired from your ancestors, but I feel like with the Ace of Wands and the Hermit, your inspiration comes from a sacred place. It comes from, your roots. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it's going to kind of be hard to shake that. And in a world here today where you might feel like you are being controlled, you could be heavily influenced by your ancestors, you could be and heavily divinely guided. And if you are one of those people, a sacred fool, so to speak, or a sacred hermit, the tarot is saying what's coming in for you is control. Okay. All right. So not really resisting wise, polarity, life and death, the duality aspect of existing in one world, in one reality, and being part of another. You're going to be able to embrace that. Fehu, cattle, wealth, creation. You're going to be able to create your own world inside of this big world, okay? And still be a part of it, but not of it here with the Awas, okay? Not of it here with the Hermit. Be in the world, but not of the world, okay? But the tarot is telling you that there is a place here for you today. And what's coming in for you is control. You having control over yourself. With the Knight of Pentacles, it's going to start off small, okay? But then it will grow. Controlling all aspects of your life. All right? So we have the King of Swords out here. So we have some air. So thoughts, communication coming in. All right? We have the Hermit, so Virgo energy, which is hard because the Hermit to me is like a traveler, someone who seeks peace, solitude, but then it's Virgo energy, so it's more of like grounding. So being grounded and rooting in yourself, but still being here in the world today. You got the Ace of Wands, more Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Knight of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, and Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right, so just having control over all 4 of the elements and over all aspects of yourself. Learning and being shown how to, be in the world, but not of the world. Okay? All right, so if you can join me tonight on TikTok, I will see you later. If not, I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for so much for watching the video. Bye.